guys, welcome to another episode of Glitter and Garbage. I'm Justine Marino, joined here today by some really special guests, I have to say. Hey. One of whom I've been doing stand-up with since I started 15 years ago.
Jeez, yeah.
It's been a long time. Hilarious comedian, podcaster, Jason Collings, and his twin brother, co-host of the Unidentical podcast.
Yep. That's it.
Podcaster David Collings, you guys.
Hey, what do I look?
I'm glitter, he's garbage.
There's nothing glittery about me, so I'll agree with that.
I do think, I will say the tats out, like that feels a little rougher around the edges, you know?
He stayed with, we got one tattoo when we were kids, it's the same
Together,
one. Which one? We got this one.
Wait, you have a matching tattoo?
Yeah.
With our father.
But I never got another one. And he's just got a bunch.
Oh, yeah, I got a bunch too. Yeah. I'm with you. I guess
You're
I'm
like
garbage
mine.
too.
You're like mine. They're just kind of patched.
Yeah, they're patchwork is what they're called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how mainstream tattoos are now? It's like they're about as edgy as Birkenstocks.
No,
Exactly.
they really are. Remember back in the day, it was like if you got a neck tattoo or a hand tattoo, like you were never going to work in corporate America ever.
When we got ours, we were just kids.
Yeah.
And people thought we were rebels,
Yeah.
Which is
gangsters
cool.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's now like
We weren't.
Oh, no.
the lady that works the express lane at the Ralph's by my.
Yeah.
She's just
Tatted up.
tatted down, and she's the nicest grandma.
Oh, yeah.
You see guys with sleeves now, and they walk closer to you, and it's all Star Wars.
Oh,
or
yeah, totally.
Harry Potter or something.
Mine's
like that.
all pop culture stuff. So it's
is
like
cool.
Titanic. I have This Is the Winona Forever. That's the exact tattoo Johnny Depp had. This is actually related. This says "You Got It, Dude" in French, which is from Full House. It's my favorite character, Michelle's
Full House.
catchphrase.
Which one was Michelle?
She was played by Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Oh yeah, that's the twin thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. They
What
were
about
one
the As
kid.
If?
As If is from Clueless,
Okay.
and then this is Wednesday
Yep.
from Addams Family. And then I have a cupcake because I used to bake cupcakes for shows.
Oh, I know.
Then I have a daisy back here. That's just kind of a daisy. And then I have Dance Magic Dance from Labyrinth on my rib cage. So
I liked Labyrinth.
yeah,
that was
a
good one.
Labyrinth is a good one, right?
Yeah. So I forgot that the girls played one person.
Yeah, they played
Right.
one person.
We did that.
We did that once.
You did?
Yeah.
That was one of my questions. So today, you guys, we're going to be talking all about twins because I've never had a set of twins on. I've gotten a chance to have an in-depth conversation with twins. And
Right.
I've always loved them. I mean, again, I was a huge Mary-Kate and Ashley fan. So you guys got to play you got to share a role.
We shared a role when we were like, how old were we? Four?
I think we were
or
three.
four? Yeah, we were just not too young for us to remember it.
Right.
There was a TV show on in the 70s called Emergency.
Okay.
And it was basically about the LA County Fire Department.
Yep.
And David and I played one kid named Toby.
Okay.
And we were saved from a burning house where the firemen jumped out of the window holding us. But it was just one kid at a time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we were walked in, and it showed us also being brought from the ambulance into the ER as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
No memory
it's
of it.
like season 2, episode 16, I think.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
episode, I remember the name of the episode. It's Honesty is the name of the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
We know that
boring
because our
twins.
aunts and stuff, and they would just, all growing up, every time it would show up on the TV, we would get a call about it. They
yeah.
were so excited.
I think Mom has an old TV guide with it listed in there as well.
Oh, that's fun.
TV guide. Yep.
We were my mom took us to something where we were hanging out, and a casting director saw us.
Okay.
And approached her and said, "Here's my card. These two should be on. These kids should be in the pictures."
Yeah.
And so we did that one thing.
Yeah.
And then she took us to a audition for a childproof bottle cap. And the audition was they just gave us the bottle, and we opened it immediately.
Oh, wow.
So didn't get that part.
Very, don't call us, we'll call you. That whole thing.
But when she started going on these casting call auditions, she's like, I don't want to raise my children in this environment. The Hollywood moms and all that
Right.
stuff. She's like, when they're older and they want to do something themselves,
Smart.
but I'm not gonna put them in this.
So did you grow up in LA?
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
kind of.
Okay.
We were born in Santa Monica.
Okay.
We lived in North Hollywood. We lived in Malibu for a while when we were little.
Okay.
And not
That
the rich
sounds like
Malibu.
a-
Not rich
That
Malibu.
sounds like a sitcom, The Twins in Malibu.
Yeah. There's a little community in Malibu called Malibu Lake.
Okay.
A beautiful little community around a lake. And my dad was a musician.
Okay.
And up there in those at that time in the 70s, it was like an artist colony, musicians, a bunch of actors lived up there as well.
Right.
And the rent was low, so we that's where we lived. And then as soon as the owners sold the house, we had to get out.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how we ended up in Long Beach.
Okay.
And then from 5, 6 years old on, we grew up in Long Beach, California.
I love Long Beach.
It's the best.
I go there once a week to go to the Laugh Factory. Everyone's like, how do you make that drive? It's not that bad.
It's not that
it
bad.
isn't. It
Without
is.
traffic, it's like 35, 40 minutes. It's not bad.
We've been on a few of those shows together lately.
Yeah, they're fun.
They're good.
They've been packed lately.
They figured it out. They
Yeah.
figured out they're doing it right now.
Yeah, they got it.
They were screwing it up. But
Well, it's such a huge room. It's like a theater almost, you know?
It's giant.
How many does it seat?
I
Do you
think
know?
you said this. It reminds you of a mega church, one of those.
Yes.
That's what
Those
it
mega
feels like
churches,
one
yeah.
of those.
It does. It
Yeah.
has mega church energy for sure.
Yep.
For sure. Wait, so you guys both still live in Long Beach? Uh-huh. So
Well,
you-
I live in Lakewood, which it used to be Long Beach in
Okay.
the 40s or something, but now it's its own city, which is just right next door.
and did you guys?
Yes, we were Crips. We were Crips in the hood.
No, we weren't.
Wait, I was so many.
Merry Christmas, Happy Blue Year, everyone.
Wait, one question that
He's
just.
so embarrassed. I love it.
I love it. Does he do this to you all the time?
All the time.
Does he embarrass you? Now, was there like? Are you both funny? Was there?
I think he's way funnier.
think he's
than me.
funnier?
Yeah.
I don't think that at all.
He's like
And
a
you
sniper.
probably are.
He's
The
like a sniper.
sniper.
With it, though. Like he won't say much, but then as soon as something comes out, you're like, God damn it, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
That's my boyfriend is kind of the same way,
Yeah.
where he's just like quiet and unassuming,
yeah.
and then he'll just get in there.
And you're like, this is
Yeah.
why I love
and
you.
I'm like, okay, thank you for writing my material.
That's great.
Now, question: one thing as a glasses wearer, do you guys have the same prescription?
no, not even
Usually,
close.
our prescription is not the same at all, but usually we match. This morning, I broke the other one, so now I'm wearing the cool.
Yeah, we usually have
matching
matching.
like you, yeah.
matching frames on.
You guys have
usually-
matching. Now,
yeah.
did you
On
match?
on
On
accident.
accident, yeah.
Do you match? Did you match outfits growing up? Never.
And that's the thing I was going to say. We're kind of boring twins. Like,
Really?
you know those twins that have rhyming names and they dress alike and da-da-da? We're none of that.
Okay.
The only time we...
the idea behind unidentical.
Okay, I love it.
We're so
You're
different
like,
in a lot of ways.
Other than
Yeah.
physically how we
Right,
look,
yeah.
we are nothing alike.
Nope. No. Only time we dressed alike as kids if our aunts and uncles were babysitting us because they thought it was the coolest thing ever. And that's the only time. My parents never really dressed us alike. And that's
Yeah.
why I think why we're still like best friends at 53 years
Right.
old.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
53.
in a week we will be.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
You both look amazing.
Thanks. We'll believe you.
Yeah.
I'll believe you up top.
Up top.
So we get along because of that. Because
Yeah.
our parents treated us as separate people.
Encourage the
So many
individuality.
Smart.
twins are treated as this one
Entity.
thing. Rhyming names. Like we grew up with a set of twins that had
Rhyming
They
names?
shared a car and they were in all the same classes and they needed to be and they were just and they really identified as this singular
Right.
thing, the twins. And we never really did that.
Yeah. No.
You know, we always had our own things going on.
Yeah.
But we always got along, and we did all the same stuff. Like throughout growing up, we both did martial arts together, but we
Right.
did it differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
He
that.
excelled in a different way
Yeah.
than I did in martial arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Even football, we did different.
Yeah.
Different types of
Different positions and stuff.
Like he was more
Doggy style.
much more. It's a little bit country. No. He was more fast. He was always way faster than me. So
Okay.
he'd do those.
We could not figure that out growing up because we're identical twins, and he couldn't run. When he ran, it was like an old guy running. It was
Oh,
hilarious.
that's hilarious.
Well, then we found out when we were like 19, his kneecaps were
almost on the side.
almost on the side.
That's kind of how mine are.
so
Mine are
he had
tipped a
them
little.
surgically fixed.
Oh.
Centered.
Mine redone.
Did you dislocate yours ever?
No, not my knee. No.
See, mine are, they sit at a little angle, but they would slip out now and then. Not
You
as
have
much anymore.
dancer
I've never
knees.
had
Dancer, my dancer knees.
Cancer needs.
I feel like I have a dancer's body, but whatever.
I
gonna
think
tell
you do.
people.
I can high kick like the
Absolutely.
rest of them.
Can either of you dance or both?
Oh, are you kidding?
He can.
Yeah, you can.
I
I'm the best dancer. No, I could do the side to side thing. I can make it work.
now I'm gonna. This guy can teach salsa dancing.
I used to
Really?
teach salsa dance.
Yeah.
Really?
In my early.
You're bearing the lead here.
Yeah.
You're like, I can go side to side.
Yeah,
If
it
you
was-
taught salsa, it's more
But it's
than
now
that.
my knees. I can't do hardly anything because of the knees. But
Yeah.
yeah, I used back when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I took up salsa dancing for some. I know why. My brother, back in the day, he
Yeah.
dated literally one of the top salsa instructors in the country.
Really?
But he wasn't interested, So he's like, yeah, she's my girlfriend. That's her thing.
Yeah. I
wasn't
And then
interested
we
in the
went.
dance.
I went to a show okay, there was this band that we used to go watch when we were kids that my dad got us into called Pancho Sanchez. He was a great Latin percussionist, and we would go see him in concert venues. Then when we turned 21, our father said, hey, he's playing at this club that you guys go to. So the first time I ever went and saw him in a club setting, there was a dance floor. It wasn't just people sitting watching like a concert. There was an actual dance floor. And I'm watching these girls dance with this one guy who's easily the ugliest guy in the room, but they will only dance with him. So I asked his ex, I go, why are they only dancing with him?
Right.
She goes, because he's the only one that knows how to do it. And I'm like, tomorrow we're starting lessons.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of picked it up naturally, and I started helping teach, and then I started teaching in class, and then I got married.
Awesome. And then you got married.
But my wife still goes out and does it. Her and her girlfriends love going out salsa dancing. It's harder for me. I can get through maybe half a song, and my knees are killing me.
I mean, salsa's fast, you know? Yeah. And lots of knees in there.
But I could, I could cut the rope.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could do these things.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have you guys seen on Netflix, part of why I was so excited is there's this new series that got recommended to me called You Are What You Eat.
Yes.
I saw the recommendation. I didn't watch it, though. With the twins?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, do you know what it is?
It's an experiment, right?
Yes.
They have the identical twins have different diets to see how it affects them. I haven't seen it, but I think that's the gist.
That is
we're
the
already
gist.
doing it.
Are you guys doing it?
Oh, we're already doing it. Look at how much. Okay, see how he's smaller than me? I'm angry about this. He's never been smaller than me. Our entire lives, I was always the smaller twin.
Really?
And just this past year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, not even two.
He's changed his diet.
What's the new diet?
We've changed. You've changed yours.
I
You got a
changed
little
mine.
less.
Yeah,
You got less disciplined.
Yeah, I started drinking.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
That'll put it
Not
on.
only that, something
I started hitting the
something you could
sauce.
probably, but also something you could relate to is the road food.
Yes.
You know?
It's hard.
Yeah.
And it's always fucking free.
It is.
It's always free. The alcohol's always free. You get lonely sometimes. You're like, yeah, I'll take another shot. And I started drinking a lot.
Yeah.
And when you drink a lot, you crave that sodium.
Yeah.
And you crave those fries at 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's what I was doing while he was just going, nah, I'm just going to smoke the devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
And,
That's me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give me the munchies.
Me
it doesn't,
too.
Yeah, it helps me.
See,
a lot.
I love it. I love it.
I'm a cigar guy.
Oh, you're a cigar
I'll
guy.
have a cigar, but
you're lighter.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
yeah, you weed
It's a
smokers. You guys keep those at the ready.
We got it. We just don't know if we're going to be fiending, you know?
What though?
Oh, see? You got one too.
It's
lit.
lit.
It's lit.
It says that on it?
I love it. That's so cute. See, you always, as a stoner, have to have a lighter.
Always.
You
I've
know?
noticed that.
That's another unidentical thing, though, too. He doesn't.
So you're a weed guy.
Not really. I'm not anti-weed. I just don't really.
It doesn't do it for you.
It's not that. It's just I just don't do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes inhaling and stuff makes me cough and all that.
Yeah.
Whereas with cigars, it's just a taste.
Yeah.
Also, with what you do and your kind of brand of stand-up, you have to be kind of sharp.
Sharp. Yeah.
You know, and it might affect that.
Remember that weekend in San Diego when we were at we did American Comedy Company.
Yeah.
He comes along a lot.
Do you ever get on stage?
No.
No, you just come hang.
A couple times just as a kind of a
guest host.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we decided to smoke weed in the green room. It was me, Brent Moore, and John DeWall. We decided to smoke weed in the green room. And I was high as hell. But
Brent didn't, though, remember?
Brent didn't. Because he wanted to wait. I just said, I'll do it.
I always do it after because I would be too slow.
He did it before. And
that would give me a panic
but he
attack.
murdered.
You murdered?
And
I don't remember. I just was just talking and having fun.
I remember sitting in the back with Brent, and Brent was going, man, maybe I should have smoked.
That's hilarious. I love that.
But other than that, yeah, I don't really.
Wait.
I'll eat it.
You'll eat it?
I'll do edibles and that. And
I love an edible.
And the crazy part is I get all this stuff for free from my kids.
Oh, yeah.
Both of my sons are in the industry.
Oh, in the cannabis industry?
In cannabis industry, and my other boy was working at a mushroom grow for a while.
Oh, interesting. I get a lot of free stuff just because we have a sponsor for my main room show that I run with Josh Adam Myers, and
who was also a cigar guy.
I think he stopped vaping. I know, so I don't know about cigars now. I think he'll
him
still.
and I would have a stick together once in a while.
I think he'll still now and then have a cigar. A stick. But yeah,
That's what
it's hard when you get it all for free, you know? Who's older? Who came out first?
David.
Yeah, but our dad had a joke that the only reason I'm the oldest is because the doctor was right-handed. Because we were born cesarean, so we kind of...
So he just grabbed you
Me first, yeah.
Okay.
We came out like toast, just da-da-dunk.
And were you guys, and you were identical. You know what's interesting? Did you know the Olsen twins are not identical? They're fraternal. Isn't that crazy?
In my past life, I used to we had a family business where we owned and operated martial arts academies. And I did that for, 30 plus years. And we had those remember the two twins we had that were not identical, but you could not tell these guys apart, but they were fraternal twins. I thought that was interesting.
I've read they've now said there might be like a third type of twin that's
mirror.
Is it mirror? It's like fraternal, but they look identical basically.
Oh, maybe that's it. Because a mirror twin is an identical twin. And when you say mirror, like we're technically mirror twins. I don't know if you see. He's got this on. Look at me. God, you're fucking ugly, dude. This thing.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I have it on the opposite side.
Oh.
Our hairlines are opposite.
One goes up, mine goes up.
Now, with mirror twins, also one is right-handed, one is left-handed.
Yeah.
We're both right-handed, but growing up, when we would surf or bodyboard or any of that, you did it left-handed.
I did a goofy.
Interesting.
And also, the reason why we were born cesarean is because we were stuck face to face.
Yeah. For the first
Like that.
15 years, Dad had a birthmark right here.
Yeah.
Because you guys were just like cuddled up, stuck
love
together.
you, man.
Oh my God.
I'm not going out there without you, bro. It's the both of us or neither one of us.
They're going to have to cut us out of here.
Yeah, and they did. And then they cut us out.
That's hilarious. That's fucking adorable.
Oh, yeah. And our mom, she's like that big.
Oh, tiny
Teeny
woman.
tiny.
Tiny woman.
she's
Are you? Is it just you guys, or do you guys have?
Oh,
other
yeah.
siblings?
She almost
She's
did.
like, no thanks.
She almost didn't make it.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm almost tired of having us.
Yeah.
Oh,
You understand?
fuck.
Cesarean in the 70s, early 70s,
Right.
they were cutting you in half.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was and then she had that, what's that, toxemia shit?
One,
Yeah.
Like we all stayed in the hospital for a long time.
Wow, okay.
Our lungs weren't completely developed when we were born.
Oh, my
we were
God.
super preemie.
Wow.
Yeah, we looked like lizards. It was weird looking. We were
Wow.
blue. And he got out first, then me, and then I think Mom.
Sounds like prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Mom.
Yeah. So yeah, we were. It was a traumatic experience. So Mom's like, "Fuck, I'm not doing this again."
So I'm an only child, and I think it's similar. You know, I was born in the 80s, and my mom has scoliosis, and they couldn't do an epidural because it was in the spine. Back then, they couldn't. So she had me natural, and I was a 9-pound baby.
She was probably never again.
So she was like, "No, thank you." I was probably bigger than you two
Yeah, yeah, oh,
combined.
yeah.
You know.
And the thing is with us is our parents did plan on wanting to have more than one kid.
Yeah.
And the fact that they got it out of the way on the first shot was
Yeah.
perfect for her.
Perfect.
'cause, yeah.
Great. Bye.
Yo.
All good there.
They didn't know until pretty right up to the birth date. But
Yeah.
They didn't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Because back then.
Oh, it gets better.
Yes.
They had a what is it called? The party that you have, the baby shower.
Yeah.
They had a baby shower for one baby. They had a name picked out for one baby. They had the room ready for one baby. Everything was set.
Yeah.
They had to have a second party. My dad passed out in the hospital and they said there's two in there. Then he gets up, gets in the car and goes for a drive and tries to figure out a name. His name's a family name.
Okay.
David and Michael is all over the family.
Okay.
Jason, Christopher, I'm the first one.
Yeah.
So my son Jonathan has Christopher.
Okay.
So yeah, they had to go to secondhand stores, get another crib and do all this stuff.
Shit.
There's 2 baby shower books
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
saying congratulations on the baby. Holy shit, there's another one, you know? Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Different time.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Now, growing up, did you guys ever do any like, you know, switcheroos or anything?
I did, but without his permission.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That would happen. No.
I would do that without his permission all the
Really?
time. Like I was taking this young lady out.
Okay.
And I wanted to go out with this girl so bad. She was like a famous singer from Japan or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, but I had lost my ID.
Oh, shit.
So I said, let me borrow your ID so I could take her out. And he's like, yeah, no problem. But then this girl was nuts. She had to go to the bathroom when we were in the car. And she's like, just pull over. I'll go on the side. Peeing on the side of the road. Cop,
First date?
First date.
Just like pull over and take
first
a piss?
date. She was very confident. She way out of my league. So we're on the side of the road. A fucking cop rolls up.
Oh my God.
And I get the ticket because I'm driving. And what does he say? Can I have your ID?
No.
I said, absolutely, you can have it.
Yes, it was
And
mine.
I gave it to him, and I never told him. A couple weeks later, he's like, what is this? Got the ticket in the mail. And I was like, oh, yeah. That's.
We were young though. We were
young.
like,
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
It's only. I think we were like 19.
Yeah.
Now, did you look so identical people couldn't tell you apart? Or because you guys always dressed differently, it was easy?
No, we actually. You'd be surprised. I could be at a show, like this, and people will still come out of the showroom and say, "Hey, great set."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
"Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense."
It used to make him so uncomfortable.
Really?
And I just said, he was like, he always would go. And people thought I was doing a weird bit.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, that's a fucking not
Yeah.
funny. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was my brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hilarious.
You were
Yeah.
funny on stage, but not so
This
much
is
here.
weird.
You know?
This is all
because I'm
fake.
already. That's another thing unidentical. I'm very socially awkward compared to him.
Yeah.
So it was always like,
So then he starts going with it.
Yeah.
I come out of the ice house one night, and he's outside taking pictures.
Yes.
And,
remember when they used to have the bench outside the showroom? It was right there.
Hilarious. That's
I'm like,
so
that's
good.
how you handle it.
Well, it's funny because to get ready, I was kind of watching some clips from your podcast. It's very funny, by the way, you guys, Unidentical. Check it out. It's super fun.
Please.
Everywhere. Check it out everywhere.
But I was having a hard time. I was like, which one is that? I don't,
people were hitting me up, asking me, telling me, I thought it was like a weird hook you were doing. I thought you were doing like a CGI thing and pretending you had a twin brother.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's...
Really?
I go, first of all, I can't afford that technology. But
How well do you think I'm doing that I can afford to do a
Exactly.
CGI podcast?
Exactly.
Well, let's see,
Hilarious.
if you look at the screen, I'm on the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
like
why I sat this way.
Just like this.
Just like that.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
But there were times that without trying, we would have the same haircut. We were the same weight. So there were certain times that it was really hard to tell us apart. There was one summer between junior high and high school where I grew a full head taller than him.
Whoa.
And it was weird because we were like this. And that was an interesting time.
But even then, only when we were together could they tell us apart.
Yeah.
Right.
Apart, they had no clue.
Yeah.
So are you the same height now, you guys?
About, yeah.
I think so.
6'7", 6'7".
6'2".
6'2".
If
I have
you don't
delusions of
slouch,
grandeur.
we slouch, and he does more so.
Slouchy.
Yeah.
Slouch a lot.
But remember
Thanks,
that time?
Elaine. That's my wife.
But we would show up to, like, if going out somewhere and I'd meet at his house, I'd show up and he'd be wearing the same thing and have to change and all that.
One night,
Yeah.
we were going, I had a set in the OR.
Yeah.
And he shows up dressed exactly the same
No.
on accident. Happens on accident
On
all the
accident,
time.
yeah.
Just like-minded thinking. And we have the same taste in clothes or
Yeah.
whatever. And I
And it
said,
was one
I
of
got an
those
idea.
same weight, same haircut times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go, I got an idea. Like, for example, when I met the young lady outside, she goes, you said you were brothers. You didn't say you were twins.
Right.
So on stage, I said, look, guys, before I start, I want to say something. My brother's here tonight, and he's telling me that he thinks he could do better at this than I can, blah, blah. And I go, basically, he thinks he could beat me. Should we bring him on stage? And everybody, they're like, He walks on, and everybody just kind of goes, gunk. And they're like, whoa.
There was a moment of, like, silence.
Where they're like,
People
what
were
the
trying
fuck
to
is he
figure it
doing?
What
out.
is happening?
And then he does a couple jokes and kills, and I'm like, all right, that's enough. Go.
Okay, great. Get out of
This
here.
is my thing. This is my thing.
That's
I don't
so
think I
funny. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys have twins that you really looked up to as twins growing up?
Not really.
I can't think of any that were around.
I was trying to think of some celebrity twins, obviously Mary-Kate and Ashley, but I feel like kind of women, for pop culture and TV stuff, I feel like the women, like Parent Trap,
Yeah.
Mary-Kate and Ashley, Sister.
Yeah.
What are those two kids' names? One of them was in the Adam Sandler movie.
Dylan and
Those guys,
and,
I know them. My daughters used to watch.
Sweet Life.
That's the one.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like,
Cody? Something with Cody?
Cole.
Cole.
Yeah.
I knew it was
Sweet
one.
Life of Zach and Cody.
That's the
I
one.
knew it was
That's
one of
what
those
it was.
white
Yes.
names. Got
They
it.
were
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah.
They live on a cruise ship.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, daughters. Yeah. I was like, how do you know that?
Why do I know? I don't have
well, I know.
daughters.
Am I doing this right?
But yeah, you're great.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I was thinking of there are some lesser known twins in pop culture though. Like, did you guys know Ashton Kutcher is a twin?
Is he identical or fraternal?
Fraternal.
Girl or boy? Two boys?
Two boys.
Interesting. How alike do they look?
I don't think they look alike at all.
They just look like brothers.
Yeah.
What if
I've seen
Ashton's
them.
the ugly one?
Right.
Can you imagine? Well, you know what's funny is Giselle is a twin, fraternal also.
Giselle, the model lady?
Bündchen.
That's how you say her name? Boonshine?
Bündchen?
Shine Bunch?
I say Bündchen.
I say bullshit. Anyways,
Bone chin.
So Giselle bullshit. No.
She's a twin.
Identical or fraternal?
Fraternal. And the other one is like short, and she's cute, but she's not Giselle.
Oh,
and
I wish she was listening right now.
her name is Patricia, though.
It's better whole life.
How do you name them? Giselle and Patricia.
They came out there. They knew. They're like, this is the one.
That's Patricia.
She's the one. Let's name her Giselle.
Again,
Let's name this one John.
She's pretty, but she's not like Giselle is so striking looking with the cheekbones and she's tall. She looks like a supermodel.
And that's another thing a lot of people don't know when it comes to fraternal twins and identical twins. Fraternal twins is a genetic thing. Like if twins run in your family, most likely it's all fraternal twins.
Okay.
Because identical is completely random.
Okay.
It's just like, oh shit.
Oh, so identical is not. It has nothing to do with genes.
Yeah, we have a big family, a lot of cousins. We're the only twins.
Yeah.
Here's Ashton Kutcher and his brother.
Ashton and his brother.
That's unfortunate, isn't it? Oh, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, see? Can we get Giselle and her sister?
Giselle and Pat.
Giselle and Patty.
Damn, look at them. David, those are twins right there.
But like, imagine having a twin and...
I mean, he's shorter, he's got bad eyes. Ugh.
Like, imagine if you have a twin. Imagine if he was like, I don't
Adonis.
know, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic, you know? Like...
and I'm DeVito in Twins. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. Wait, did you guys, what did you think of like the movie Twins? Did you get into that? Did you feel seen
Is that the
by
Arnold Schwarzenegger one?
That's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I maybe watched it once or when I was, but so long ago I don't remember, but like... hilarious that they're twins.
Isn't it?
And I thought that's not realistic. And then I just saw Ashton and his brother. I was like, that's pretty spot on.
It can happen. Things can happen. Giselle and Patricia.
I gotta see Pat.
We gotta see Patty. So, okay, she's cute.
Okay, yeah. I see the
cute.
resemblance.
There's a resemblance.
Right. Yes.
But it's
there's
like
model and then there's hot mom. Got
yes,
it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Patricia. There's Giselle and then there's Patricia.
Right. Wow. Patricia looks like one of those girls that all her friends are like, you look like?
Yes.
You look like Giselle.
You look like
but
Giselle.
You're like, almost.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Can you imagine? I mean, shit, man.
Damn.
But yeah, so did you guys watch any of the twin shows? Were they around back in the day?
They were, but I think it was after our time as kids.
Right.
Because it was all our kids' stuff. Like my kids watched all that. Mine, they didn't watch all that stuff, but like, my kids are millennials.
Yeah.
And so are his.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was probably on in the background.
Right.
But I didn't really watch a lot of that stuff.
And none of your kids are twins, right?
No. What's crazy though is my youngest and his oldest are only like 17 days apart.
Wow.
And both of them are half Latin, half white.
Interesting.
And they look more like brother and sister than cousins.
People used to think they were twins when they were
People thought they were, if we were out together, they thought they were fraternal twins.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, there's some weird shit. I saw this article about these identical twins that all got married. Like these two identical twins married these other two identical twins, and then their kids had matching DNA as if they were brother and sister and not cousins.
Whoa.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
That's nuts.
Because we have the same DNA. It's the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's why I thought this Netflix show was interesting, which I got stoned and fell asleep while I was watching. So I do have yet to see how the experiment unfolds.
How did it turn out?
So what is it? One eats like crap and the other one eats good?
No, one is omnivore and one is vegan, basically.
Veggie. Vegan. Veggie.
Plant-based is how
and that's
they
what
say
vegan
it.
is.
That's vegan.
Okay, so vegetarians can eat
vegetarians can eat eggs and cheese.
Got it.
Dairy.
Vegans don't eat any dairy or I'm vegan. So
Are you vegan?
I am. I'm annoying.
How hard is that?
It's not that hard.
You're not annoying because here's why. You just told us now.
Yes.
Most vegans, before we walked in, they'd be like, oh, by the way, before you get here, I'm a vegan.
Let me mention, I will say, if I'm going to like a dinner at someone's house, I will say it because I don't want I just want people to know, like, if I have dairy, I will shit my pants. You know what I mean?
They'll be like, okay, don't come.
Yeah,
don't come then.
Stay home.
Goodbye.
You're not fun. Thanks. But yeah, I guess one is omnivore and one is plant-based. But what's interesting is they kind of focus on 4 pairs of twins. And some of them are more like you guys, where they kind of do their own thing. But there are a few, and they are full-grown adults, like in their 30s or 40s that are still dressing identical.
Yeah.
Which that was odd to me.
Yeah. That's a real codependent kind of.
Right? Like
weird.
that doesn't seem.
Yeah.
Those girls that we grew up with that I was telling you about, that's what I thought that they were going to do. But now they're adults with their own families and they're like completely their own people. Yeah. So I was like, oh, whew. They shared a car in high school and the license plate said twins car.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I went to high school with a couple. We had a pair of identical twins in my grade and then a pair in the grade above me. And the ones above me, I still to this day cannot tell them apart.
Where was this? Where did you?
This was in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, where we grew up in Long Beach, and when we were in grade school, for the longest time, we were the only ones in the in the entire school.
Right.
Which, of course, led to some bullying and stuff like that.
Oh,
but
really? Did you get bullied?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the reasons we got into martial arts as kids.
Oh, really?
Because I was fighting all the time and losing all the time.
And what kind of martial arts did you guys get into?
Kempo karate and Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Okay, nice.
And I'll never forget my dad said, we need to get you guys in martial arts. And our family members were like, what are you, crazy? He's fighting every day. Never got in a fight in school again.
Great.
After that. But yeah, because we were the only ones. Then we get into junior high.
Several nights a week, and when you're going to a place several nights a week and steady getting your ass kicked by guys who are trained, you don't want to fight anymore.
You lose the passion.
Right.
Then junior high there were more, and then high school there was a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still so fascinated by it just because it always felt fun. Like, I was like, oh, I wish I had a twin so we could, like, you have that fantasy of changing, switching places. And
we honestly, I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, memories of it growing up are amazing for me. I had a best friend always.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Never alone.
Yeah.
I always tell parents of young twins, it's great. It's like a built-in best friend for life.
And we read each other's minds.
Can you read each other's minds?
100%. You should hear what he's saying about your No,
I'm thinking, wait, that doesn't say Marlboro.
It says Marby.
So cute.
Oh, yeah.
People do ask us that. I used to have a bit about it.
You do?
I don't do it much anymore. If he's in the room, I'll do it.
Yeah.
People ask you the dumbest things when you're identical twins, like, are you brothers? Like, are you blind?
Yeah.
And then I say, oh, if you get hurt, does he feel it? Da da da.
Yeah.
And I always say, no, but if you blow me, he might feel it. And then I say, how about we run an experiment? Dave's going to go in the other room. You're going to blow me. And I go, she's going, and my brother's such a team player because I'm like, anything yet? He's like, nothing yet. Keep
it going. Oh, that's so funny.
Or I say it when they say, are you twins? I said, no, I'm an X-Man, and this is my power.
That's another way. One thing I never understood was the twin act. I don't understand it. I don't understand why.
I don't want to step on toes. Sentences.
Yeah.
You know how a lot of twins go da 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 beep da da.
Yeah,
we don't even do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When a twin act, because we've seen a lot when they're saying a joke, as one guy says one, and my idea is always like, why do you need two people for the?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never understood it. It's just like when people would ask, you guys should do comedy. I would always think, how would that work? Why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, I heard the worst, funniest joke that David Tell said about the Sklar brothers. And I love the Sklar brothers.
Yeah. I love them.
He goes
They're
on.
Great.
I can't remember what club it was at, but Attell goes on after them and goes, "I didn't know boring came in stereo."
Oh my god!
I've only met one of them.
They're the best. I love them.
They're so funny.
They're so funny.
Couldn't tell you which one.
I have a hard time now. I'm just now after knowing them for like years, able to maybe be like, okay, that one's Randy, and that one's Oh, they have a Jason too.
Yeah, but they don't have rhyming names.
And I just learned he wears
and they
glasses.
seem like they're doing their act together and everything, but they seem very like individual.
They're very individual. Yeah.
See, the thing is with us. This is the first thing. Me doing stand up is the first thing in our lives that I had my own thing that was my thing.
Yeah.
That he didn't do.
Yeah.
Or even seemed like he wanted to do.
Yeah. Did you have any interest or anything?
No. Not really.
Yeah.
I'm more into how things work.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the thing, you know what I mean? I'd rather be the guy behind it.
Behind the scenes, producing, designing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
However, you did do stand up a couple times.
Yes, I did.
So when you first
but
started
not with you.
No, not like together. You know how you do when you first start. You got to have a room. So fuck it, I'll have my own room.
Right.
I did a couple rooms back in the day. I don't know if you remember the gas lamp in Long Beach.
I do.
That was originally my room.
Oh, amazing.
And like the lineups were incredible.
Yeah.
Like I would have Joe Coy, Craig Robinson all the time down there when I was just a new guy.
Right.
And then I had another room that I did down there once a month called Full Contact Comedy at this other venue. And that was just a once a month show.
Okay.
He would host sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He would host sometimes and be on stage hosting and bringing comedians up.
Yeah.
And then somebody saw him do it. I can't remember how that happened. He ended up doing a show at M Bar. Remember M Bar?
Yep.
He ended up hosting a show at M Bar that I don't think I was on. but Eliza was on it. Like, it was a great lineup.
Yeah.
He did a great job hosting.
Amazing.
Did a few jokes here and there, but then quickly was like, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah. And I really don't have much a memory of it.
Yeah.
I remember being on the stage, but I don't even remember what I said or anything. Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, it was okay.
That was
I
a long
love
time ago.
watching it though.
Yeah.
It's
that's
fun.
my favorite part.
Because I've seen you come around before. I've seen you at the store, you know.
Yeah.
I'm bringing him around a lot more now too.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to get him out of his shell because
And
of
the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get that FaceTime in,
Yeah.
baby.
I'm one of those that got real agoraphobic with the pandemic and everything, and it's taken me a while to come back outdoors again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was involved in the special. I shot a special in last.
Yes.
Not this last November, the November before.
Right.
That was
in
fun.
Nashville. He was involved in the process with Brent and
I
kind of
love it.
assisting Brent in the directing and all that stuff.
Amazing.
But my favorite memory is when I was your stand-in for the lighting.
Yeah.
Because how many guys can have an identical
I
stand-in?
mean, that's perfect.
So I wasn't there because I didn't have to be there till later. So
Right.
he was there doing all the
That's incredible.
pre-stuff, and they had him they were doing the stand-in for lighting. He goes, "He's got the perfect guy."
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was fun.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been doing your podcast?
Shoot.
Not very.
Not very long. We're about to do episode 16.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're
Brand
always-
new.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I'm kicking myself every day because this is the one I should have been doing 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy. It's so natural.
Yeah.
We know each other's voice.
Yeah.
It's just, and I think he's so funny.
Yeah.
And then he's so knowledgeable in a lot of things that I don't know shit about.
Sure.
Right.
You know, and he's smarter than me too.
Did you guys excel at different things in school and stuff?
He excelled at school.
No. We excelled at what we liked.
We always excelled at what
For example, what I was just saying about love and being behind the scenes stuff, we had film classes and things in our high school, and that was back then. It wasn't. They would let you slip through the cracks in the '80s, but you had to only have a certain amount of points or something, and that class is what got me out of high school. That's the class. That's the reason I graduated on time, because I was so into it. I wasn't thinking about the grade.
Right.
And I got an A+.
Yeah.
And I literally, they put you in groups. I remember those film classes, and you were in my group.
Yeah.
And I took over. Took over,
everything. Directed, wrote, everything. And
because I was passionate about it. But then anything else that I wasn't interested in school,
That's kind of how I was.
yeah, we had this class in high school called film analysis, and the final project was making a movie.
Amazing.
And we couldn't figure out what to make it about.
Yeah.
So that's what we made it about, of not knowing what to make it
Oh,
about.
that's
So
smart.
each guy in the
Now,
group
I
would
just
present
thought of
their
this.
idea.
Yeah.
I just thought of this. It was a comedy. And we didn't even say we should make it.
Right.
Just
It just
naturally
happened.
was like, let's just make a funny.
Organic.
Yeah, no, it's what we
Yeah,
did.
and I heard later on that for years he'd use it as an example of a good, when he would show his students.
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it saved my ass. I wouldn't have gotten an A in that class if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, because all the guys would get the same grade.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I helped all out. And it was all our buddies that we
I
grew
love
up with
that.
anyway, yeah.
But as far as like performing in front of people, it just doesn't seem like that was ever your bag.
Not a thing.
In a way, because of the teaching, that was where I was comfortable.
That's
so,
a whole different level. Like, if you watch
Yeah.
him teach martial arts, it's sometimes like watching a comedy special.
Really?
It's so funny, and the parents would stay just to watch him teach.
What age? What age are you teaching?
Gosh,
I started teaching as a job at 16. But our instructor...
she meant what age group are you teaching?
What age?
Oh, from 3 to however old you can do it.
Wow.
Yeah, I taught all groups. Yeah, but our instructor, one of the things I learned from our instructor, that it was okay to teach with humor.
Yeah.
And I loved humor anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That kind of got
Oh,
that.
that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have me crying sometimes. The stuff that he would come up with, and yeah.
My parents got really into Taekwondo when I was like in high school.
Your parents did it, not you?
My parents did. And then I was like drinking and partying quite a bit. And so I think they caught me drinking. They were like, you have to go to Taekwondo.
So, the punishment of Taekwondo.
I think I made it like 1 or 2
Oh, that's
lessons.
hilarious.
Break this board.
Yeah, basically, I was so no. My dad's like breaking boards
that's
and
their
doing
deal,
all
right?
the yeah.
It reminds me of this comic strip that I saw where there was you were looking in the window of a Taekwondo class, and this flying saucer had landed in the middle of the street, and the aliens were brick walls, and the guys in the
wood,
Taekwondos were
arms
like,
and legs.
finally, we get to use our...
Yes, yes, exactly.
I had that up at my...
That's right.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I did end up teaching Taibo for the place that did Taekwondo also had Taibo.
What's the guy's name that...
Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks, yeah.
I used to do Taibo with him when I moved here when he still had his studio.
No way, that's awesome.
It was a long time
Our
ago.
dad did a little training with him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Great Billy Blanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, our dad, when he was still around, he had like a women's self-defense program. He had a cardio program that he taught.
Oh, that's amazing. Wait, so is your dad into martial arts as well?
He was, yeah. He did a little bit of like in the military, did some judo and taught us some of that stuff. But then when I had the issue with the fighting and stuff, he got us into the school first before him.
Yeah.
And the thing is with my dad is when he was a kid, when he was young, all the way into like his 30s, he was super ripped, always in good shape, which was kind of crazy because he was a polio survivor.
Oh, wow.
And his family thought he'd never be able to do anything physical.
Yeah.
But he was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But then he gets this desk job.
Yeah.
Where he's an executive and sitting at a desk all day, and he kind of got out of shape. So when we were almost black belts, brown belts, he's like, I'm just going to get it in for the fitness aspect. Then he ended up just excelling and really getting really good and becoming a pretty well-respected teacher in Long Beach. And
That's
all that.
great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But a lot of people don't realize we were the first black belts before him.
Yeah.
Let it be known. You heard it here first on Glitter and Garbage.
Glitter and garbage.
Now, I have a garbagey question.
Sure.
It's kind of dirty.
Let's go.
Every time I see Cole and Dylan Sprouse, the Sweet Life people, I'm like, they have these beautiful girlfriends, both of them. But I'm like, is it weird that like any girl you guys would have dated, you're like, oh, the other, she's seen my dick. Basically, she's seen both your dicks. You know what I mean?
And if right.
I think about this.
I was like, where's she going with this, man?
See, my thing is, I just send them pics anyways. I send them pics anyways, just so they don't have to guess.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's one thing that I'm just like, I wonder if that's weird for like.
You know what it was weird for?
What?
My wife.
Really?
When we first dated, the first 2 dates, I just, like I said, he's my brother.
Yeah.
I say my brother, and then she found out I was identical twins, and she's like, "Oh shit, what? Like, is there gonna be a moment where like one of you leaves the room and you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not stupid enough to tell you."
Yeah.
No, but other than that, no.
Well,
they're both pretty.
I mean, I'm not asking specifics. I'm just saying, like,
Let me give you specifics.
if you guys could pull down your pants. No, I was just, every time I see Cole and Dylan Sprouse with their hot girlfriends, I'm like, is it weird that they've seen both their dicks? You know, because they're
weird.
Identical twins.
You should tell her that dumb joke you always say.
Please tell me the dumb joke.
So
and he says it
so
all
dumb.
the time still.
It's the dad joke, but I say we were actually Siamese twins, and I got both penises in the operation.
That's what he tells everybody.
And they're both still like, okay. See, you're not going to go, whoa, but you're not going to go, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're good.
Cool. I just, if I were a twin, I'd be like, oh, if my twin sister had a boyfriend, I'd be like, well, he's seen my tits too. He's seen all the tits.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I never thought of that.
You've never thought of that? Like, of
your tits?
No.
No, of my wife thinking that.
I remember a comedian, I saw him do a bit about, my buddy was always like fantasizing about being with identical twins, and he's acting out. He's like, when the girl and the other girl goes, okay, my turn. He goes, it's just the same thing. I'm gonna just stay here.
Oh yeah, that must be like, have you ever had a girl that like wanted to hook up with both of you?
Oh yeah, especially in entertainment.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
probably a lot that I don't even know about.
A lot that you don't even know. Yeah, a lot that you don't know about.
Hilarious.
Let's just say I did double duty that night.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Hold on, you should put a hat on. And
but you've got both dicks, so you know.
Exact same outfit with a hat on. All right. Why aren't you guys ever in the same room at the same time? Wait a minute.
Oh, that's
like
so good. Yeah, the glasses come off. The classic, misdirect.
Right.
Okay, so I always ask everyone on the pod, like, what, growing up or even now, what did you like? What were you like a super fan of? Like, what did you fanboy over? Like for me, Titanic, obviously.
Both of us, Star Wars.
Really?
Huge. We were big Star Wars kids. Huge.
Interesting.
It was just, you think about it, the era we grew up.
Sure.
We were 5. What were we, 5 or 6 when the first movie came out? 6 years old when the first movie came out. We were in Hollywood because my dad was in the industry, music industry, and he got us into the premiere at the Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard.
For Star Wars?
Yeah. For Star Wars.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we grew up. Just every payday, my dad would come home with a new action figure, and it was just. And then the movies were just life to us, and the toys and all that stuff. I still love it very much, and I'll watch the new stuff that's coming out. But
I never stopped being into it.
Like super fan. He can tell you what language they speak in some
Well, yeah.
planet.
I love it. No, I'm such a fangirl with things. If I love it, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I know everything about. Like I've seen Titanic 21 times in the theater. Like
But I like that you have a subtle.
I like a subtle. I don't want like.
How many people do you see that are fans of something that make it part of their personality?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Raiders fans.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, I just realized what it is. It's
And
the
he's
things you
never-
threw
It's
the
out.
heart of the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's never done that with like tattoos or no.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
used to wear Star Wars shirts when we were kids all the time.
Yeah.
I still do sometimes.
He still does. I still do.
I'll still wear fan stuff, but yeah, it's the whole personality thing.
But
you know?
I still have a lot, and so does he, a lot of our toys from the 70s.
Oh, that's.
Yeah.
I bet it's.
Put
I
away.
Bet,
Yep.
Yeah, I bet that's a nice
Yeah.
little.
And speaking of fanning out over it, we
Yeah.
also were at like 12, 13, really into hip hop culture.
Oh yes.
But a lot, mostly like the East Coast hip hop, the original stuff coming out.
Yeah, because when we got into it, it wasn't here. It wasn't really here. Like we had to
So
find
like
it.
which rappers and artists?
Back then, there was a lot of like different rappers, but it was also the whole culture that we would
Right.
get out of the graffiti art,
Sure,
the
sure.
break
Okay, I
dancing,
see what you're saying.
all that stuff. I mean, the Africa Bambaataa was back then.
Yeah.
Curtis Blow.
Curtis Blow,
Grandmaster Miller Miller.
way
Sure,
back,
sure,
yeah,
sure.
the way back guys,
Sure.
even like just right before Run DMC and all
Right.
that stuff. And fortunately, I got to meet one of the cool hip hop icons that
Yeah.
I really looked up to at a New Year's Eve party just
Oh,
recently.
really?
Crazy Legs from.
Oh.
Back in the day, there was a movie called Beat Street, and it was the breakdance movie.
It was so
and
cool.
the breakdancing crews that were featured in that movie was Rocksteady Crew.
Right.
You remember
and
the
New York City
break-in
Breakers.
movies? Like
Yes.
break-in. Those are
Yes.
kind of goofball Hollywood.
Bubblegummy.
Yeah, this one was more real
And
to
it was
us,
a
yeah.
Got it.
real movie. Like people were dying. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But one of the OG original guys from them breakdancing crews is a guy named Crazy Legs, who
Yeah.
I fortunately became friends with through Russell Peters.
Yeah.
Who, I mean, Russell's a hip hop encyclopedia. It's
Right.
like- It's crazy.
Right.
So we get to meet a lot of these guys. Like when I went to Russell's wedding, I met Big Daddy Kane. I met
So cool.
Grandmaster Melly Mel. It's like you're just looking at legends. So yeah, that was we found out on hip hop early, like
Yeah,
12,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
12, 11, 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking of that subway battle scene, and seeing him the other night, and he had his Rocksteady Crew shirt on.
Oh,
That's
so
pretty
cool.
That's pretty cool.
You know what I
man.
love though? She has no idea who we're talking about.
You know, I was a little young, I think, for that, but
Probably weren't born yet.
85.
Yeah.
Not yet. You weren't
Not
born
yet?
yet. No. 84, 85 is when it started getting here.
That's what, yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember, I mean, for me, my generation was like Biggie and,
Yeah.
all
Still
the,
also.
yeah,
So then you know what
incredible.
this is.
Yes, yes,
Snoop.
of course, of
Yeah.
course. I mean, it was like the East versus West Coast, like all that shit.
Yep.
But yeah, I was really into that culture. Now, when I think of you had a bit about, was it you sang in a bit, or was it like an R&B bit?
I used to do an R&B bit.
Okay, that's what I
about-
thought.
God, that was years ago. But I also sing.
stuck with
like
me.
when I'm at if I'm in the OR
Mm-hmm.
and Kaylee Chase is playing the piano,
Yeah.
she knows my key.
Yeah.
So I'll always do a little singing bit in the
That's
beginning,
great.
where I'm just goofing around. It's not a song.
Right.
I'm just making the lyrics up, talking about the audience.
Right,
Blah, blah, blah.
sure.
And I enjoy doing that. But one of the things that I really love doing is, if you know Brent Morin,
Of course.
literally Brent Morin,
Incredible voice.
he's one of the most talented people I've ever met.
He's so talented in so
directed
many
Jay
ways.
Special.
And it really upsets me. I'm just kidding. He actually directed my special. Brent did.
Incredible.
He could sing. He could play guitar. He could play piano. He's the kind of guy that could pick up a guitar and start singing
Yeah.
a made-up song,
Yeah,
and it
yeah, yeah.
sounds like a hit on
Yeah.
the radio. Well, him and I like to do a lot of singing. So when we were touring together,
Mm-hmm.
we would have, I would do a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Then he would go on after me and do an hour, and at the end he would start playing the piano,
Mm-hmm.
and then he would go, "Jason, are you still in the audience?" And then I would come up, and the two of us would ad lib, improvise a
fun.
song about whatever city we're in,
So fun.
and end on a big song, but never wrote it down. It was always made up.
Yeah.
So I enjoy doing that. But I sang when I was younger. David and I were in the music industry for a little bit, and yeah,
So did you both have like good voices then?
he's never had a good voice.
No?
He could
guess.
sing falsetto really good.
Okay.
Maybe.
Wait,
I'm gonna do that.
where in the music industry?
So when we were kids, we got into hip hop producing,
Right.
because I told you we were fans.
Right.
Then we actually got into producing.
Oh.
Went to school for it, the whole thing, and we were producing hip hop music, and we signed a deal for a little record label, and we
Oh,
were
shit.
producing shit.
Okay.
Our only claim to fame is Forrest Whitaker. We all know who he is. He had his directorial debut. First time he directed a movie was this made-for-TV HBO movie called Strapped.
Okay.
And we
During
did
the whole Boys in the Hood, all that shit.
Sure.
We did several of the songs on that soundtrack.
Okay.
And then
That's
I
great.
had another baby when I was too young. And I needed to put food on the table, and that's when we decided to open martial arts schools.
Wow.
Did that for the next 20 years.
Incredible.
Yeah. I was singing backup for people and stuff like that. When
I
was
didn't
younger.
know that you had martial arts studios. That's so cool.
Yeah, we were ahead of, we
I like to call them schools. Studio sounds like you're going to go in there and get your hair done.
Yeah, no, school. Yeah, it's a
School or
school.
academy.
Academies.
We had at least 8 that we oversaw that were franchises of us.
For a minute, yeah.
So, how do you guys feel about Karate Kid and Cobra Kai?
I love it.
Love it. I fucking
Absolutely
love
love it.
I think Cobra Kai is so fun.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's so nostalgic.
Yes.
And anybody in our age group that says they weren't inspired to do martial arts by the Karate Kid are lying. They're lying.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
Like the movie that inspired me to do it was just a very little known movie called The Last Dragon.
I've heard of it.
The Last Dragon, remember the singer Vanity?
Mm-hmm.
She was in it, and that's what got us to start. And then when we were like baby students, we were like white belts and yellow belts and orange belts, Karate Kid came out. And we went and saw that, and we're like, this is awesome.
Oh,
and
so good.
I love it. Every time the theme song to the second one comes on, Peter Cetera.
Yes.
So good.
Every time it comes on, I'm like, I want to save somebody with my karate.
I know. It's so good. And honestly, like even the new one, even though it's more comedic, I love that they're just leaning into the
dude.
they know what we want and they're
I
giving
love
it to us.
Can I tell you how much I love seeing Johnny as a good guy?
Me too.
Because I was terrified of him.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I'm like, if I ever met that guy,
He's scary.
He'd kick the shit out of me.
He was scary.
Seeing him as this like good guy is so cool.
Oh, it's so great. I love Cobra Kai so much. A few years ago, I dressed up as a slutty Cobra Kai dojo member. I wore a slutty skeleton catsuit, and I made a little jacket, Cobra Kai jacket to go over it.
That scene when they were in their skeleton suits beating the shit out of him against the gate, and then Miyagi jumps over and saves him.
I know. It's so good.
The best.
Remember he
It's the
flying kicked the
best.
sign, broken half?
Yes.
Pat Morita.
Oh, so good. Oh, Pat Morita. I saw him at a CPK once.
No way.
Like 20 years ago, we were, I think, just visiting on a vacation out here.
Yeah.
The one when it was at the Beverly Center. We were sitting right next to Pat Morita.
Oh, cool. Where are you from?
I'm from Denver.
Oh, that's
My
right.
family's from East Coast originally.
Sorry,
New
yeah.
York and
you have an East
Boston.
Coast vibe.
That's
I got
what
a
everyone
little bit of
says.
weed memory.
What's that master, Fumio?
Demura.
He did all the stand-in martial arts for Pat Morita.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's neat.
Oh, you know who we just lost? Pat Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
So if you remember the tournament scene, the referee guy with the beard and the red suit, he's huge in the martial arts world. He just passed away like last year. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So to answer your question, yes, we do like the Karate
Okay, great. No, I know. I'm like, oh, shit.
I did my first tournament. I was so excited, and I won second place.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, man.
You think about the Karate Kid when you're doing
all the time.
Oh, that's so cool. I know. I should have. I was too much of a drunk to really remember how much I loved the Karate Kid in high school to get into it when my parents were making me go to Taekwondo.
But you love the new series.
I love it.
It's the best, and I love the return of all those guys coming back.
Yeah, I love every time they introduced, like when Elizabeth Shue came in, I was like, fucking yes. And
Oh, yeah,
everyone, all the villains they're bringing
The
back.
villain from 2, the Asian guy, when he came back and he's such a sweet knight, I was so happy that he was a good guy.
I know. It's so fun. I love it. And I think the kids are good in it, for the most part.
Kids are the goofiest part to me. The kids are probably the most annoying part. But it's so funny that how important karate is in their school.
In the valley.
Oh, it's
in
everything.
the valley, and all I picture is them in one of their little karate fights at school, but then you come out of it and you're just at the school and there's like these goofy kids in the corner fighting. You're like,
yes. I know. And then Brett Ernst is so funny.
Oh, yeah, he's Daniel's cousin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he works
Ernst is a
works at the
LaRusso.
car.
Yeah, he is a LaRusso.
And Dan's in it as well.
And Dude, I know. They're so great. They kill me. And Brett, I feel like there's no higher honor as an Italian, because I'm an Italian, than to be cast alongside Ralph Macchio.
To be a LaRusso.
To be a LaRusso, that's it.
That's amazing.
That's like, fuck.
I love it.
Fuck
That's why they
De Niro.
should. The next season, he should be like, you know what? It's no longer Miyagi-Do karate. It's a LaRusso Do karate.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And they just do this when they fucking kick your ass.
Oh, but the tournaments, like the finales with the tournament scenes, I'm like screaming. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Best finale ever. The first movie.
So good.
In 80.
Oh, yeah.
84. Mm-hmm.
That
So good.
ending with him jumping and the music and then Marita at the side just going, "You did it, buddy."
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
I can never not watch that.
Getting chills.
Getting chills. I'm
Chills.
legitimately getting chills thinking about Karate Kid.
It's the boy.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh, and I loved him back in the day. I had such a crush on
Ralph
Macchio. Oh yeah.
He's shaped weird. Like he's got that lower body that's kind of big, you know. You know who he's shaped like? And I love both of these guys, Mike Lenoci and Theo Von. You know, they both got big asses.
A little hippie?
Yeah, they're a little hippie. They're a little hip ratio.
Yeah, you know.
But Daniel San's got that hip.
Daniel San.
I mean, I remember as a martial artist watching him do the moves, it was a little cringy.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
But that's how good the movies
That's
were,
how
though.
good.
That
the
you
movies
just
were.
We can get
over.
past it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that way when you see stand up in TV and movies. Usually it's not great, you know?
If we'd have been black belts 10 years before we were black belts, we could have gone to because they auditioned all real martial artists for those tournament
Oh,
scenes.
really?
Oh, yeah.
All the guys that were in the background fight, they were all the real deal.
Oh, awesome.
It's crazy because what's his name that played Johnny Chase or whatever his name? Zabka,
Zabka.
No martial arts experience before this movie,
Right.
but he looked
like he
He
knew
did
what he
look
was
legit.
doing.
I
yeah.
thought he did. And then who else was it? One of the big actors' sons. What is it? Was it McQueen? No. One of the big actors. His son was in it, and he looked real legit and
Yeah.
scary.
Right, yeah.
It was
But you know
good.
who I always remember was in it? Lamar from
That's
Revenge
right.
of the Nerds.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was a member of the Cobra Kai dojo, but he was just a brown belt.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone can be black belt.
Yeah.
Well, it's been so fun having you guys on.
No, we're gonna do another hour. Let's keep it
Yeah,
going.
no, I'm like, I could do a full podcast about Karate Kid, just breaking
Let's
it all
go.
down. New season, I'll have you guys back.
Let's
Sweet.
go.
Okay,
First of all,
perfect.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Where can everyone find you and follow you? Give us all the deets.
I'm new at this, so
Okay.
Jay wants me to take over on. So, Unidentical is the name of the podcast, right?
Right.
And it's on Apple Podcast,
You got it.
Spotify, Apple Podcast, but it's also on YouTube.
Love
right?
it.
Yeah,
How
on
am I doing
YouTube,
so
on
far?
Apple Pod. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm learning social media.
You're killing
What's your Instagram, David Collings?
Just at David Collings. That's it.
And there is an Unidentical Pod Instagram page.
Okay, great.
And then you could find me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all of it. Just my name, Jason Collings. And remember, guys, it's COLLINGS. G. They put a G in it because we gangsta.
Because you, jeez.
Apparently.
Well, you guys, this was so fun. Thank you
Yeah.
for answering all my twin questions, especially the burning one about the dicks.
I hope we helped you out on that one.
You really, no joke. I was like, when am I going to have another opportunity to clear this
Absolutely.
up for myself?
I love it.
So
I'm
thank
proud of
you.
you for going for it. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
Yay.
And you guys were great. Listen to their podcast, and we will see you guys next time on Glitter and Garbage. Bye.
Glitter and garbage.